109 and again 101 in their last 4 meetings, Chris.
Methinks he likes playing Jonny Clayton. Maybe my prediction could have been slightly different had I taken a bit of time to check those notes.
99.
Don't worry, I've got my anorak on. I've been doing my homework for you. But we expect some fireworks in this match. Both of them free scoring. They play at a tempo which seemingly suits each other, and very often in darts matches that's an important factor.
Yeah, looking at those numbers, that
57
certainly backs that claim up, that's for sure. But it is an incredible head-to-head record. He won their last meeting, as you mentioned. So at least he has got a win, because he'd have been fully aware after playing Dave 6 times without a win. And once you get that win under your belt, it's all forgotten.
4 times a big tournament winner in 2021, Jonny Clayton, the Players' Player of the Year.
Rightly so, voted by the 127 tour card holders.
82.
He couldn't vote for himself, I presume.
Here's another one, Chris. He's won 14 of 20 legs this weekend with the last dart in his hand, Jonny Clayton.
Showing grey bottle. He is fabulous under pressure, because at times today in that match with Gezi Price, he was starting to reel him in. He was 4-1 down after the opening session, but his response was winning session 2 4-1 himself to level things up at 5 apiece, and then he really did make a kick for the line.
100. You only require 100.
He was 4-1 down, averaging 107.
Factor as well, of course, is going to be how well the guys keep their form throughout the day.
74.
Well, we know Jose and Jonny have both won tournaments where they had to play multiple matches on the one day.
20 for the bullseye. Can he get this?
62.
He was mustard on it against Michael Smith.
Cracking game that was earlier on. If you missed out on that one, double 15, and there he goes, he's away again.
Second leg,
last dart in hand, in it went.
Yep, an 18 dart break of throw.
$135.
George Noble, the referee.
It's absolutely key, John, that Chisnall stays with Clayton early doors, because we know from experience with Clayton that he tends to be not the quickest out of the blocks, but once he gets into his rhythm, he really does play in long streaks of big scoring and clinical finishing.
140.
Remind you as well, a slightly longer format at this stage. First to 11 to take a place in the final.
60.
Finals, the best of 21 also.
Now Chizzy fills this up. It really does put the pressure on Clayton. Even so, he's given himself a real chance of an immediate break back. .86 left, good maths, leaving himself on the double 16.
As I mentioned, finishing was key in that win over Michael Smith.
53. Jonny, you require 32.
Dave Chisnall, that is. Yep. Here now, Jonny Clayton, double 16. Another nicely thrown double, and he's getting precisely the start that he wanted, and which Dave Chisnall would have been maybe just a tad fearful of being on the receiving end of.
Yeah.
Bad English, but you get what I'm on. You get what I'm on about.
Exactly that, John.
Lively old atmosphere in Milton Keynes. Become a really popular fixture of the darting calendar. The Masters here in Milton Keynes, first big tournament after the World Championship. And Jonny Clayton getting the first maximum of the match.
Well, they've got a real taste for the sport after the Christmas fair of that World Championships and into the new year.
And here he goes again. Oh, just the wrong side of the wire.
23. $140. Only require 98.
Jonny Clayton quoted as the favourite to win this match. Rightfully so.
58.
It's getting to the stage where Dave Chisnall badly needs to get a leg on the board.
Yeah, needs inspiration. Well, that leaves 92. Treble 20, double 16. What a recovery dart that was.
Absolutely. And that's not so shabby either. That is just what he needed. And Jonny Clayton, a hint of a smile on his lips. I think he admired that.
$58.
Dave Chisnall, still a breakdown, but you almost feel as though he's got a break with that one.
Yeah. Oh, Clayton was poised for 3-0, wasn't he?
100.
Hold here for Clayton, and then he will really attack the throw of Chisnall. He'd love to get into that first break, full one up. Give Chisnall something to think about.
100.
There's one notable meeting, wasn't there, in the European Championship between them in the last 16, 2 or 3 years ago, 2019 it was. Dave Chisnall won that one 10-4 and averaged 109.75.
Yeah. That's what he has in the darting locker.
137.
Clayton, a much different player to one of even maybe 2 years ago, never mind 3.
94.
So 106 now needed. Throw under a bit of pressure, could do with a treble 20, he's got it. Oh, he's missed the big 14, he's got an 11 there.
74.
Well, that is an unforced error, big time.
Yeah. Given Chisnall should get 2 darts at tops off of this. He doesn't miss the big number.
That's a good marker.
There's
an inevitability about that after the first attempt. And it squares up the match.
Fifth leg, Dave to throw first.
Back to back, 15 dart legs for Chisnall. Giving us a bit of Desmond.
He said after his match earlier on, didn't he? He said, I really think I can win this one this weekend. And Roger, his manager, he said to us, didn't he, earlier in the weekend, you know, if he believes he can be a real danger man this weekend, and we've seen that in Chisney.
Yeah, absolutely. 19 1-aces in the process to reaching this semi-final.
Might make this number 20. There you go.
Dave Chisnall on the march. One great quality of Clayton, he just won't be put off by anything that Chisnall will do in terms of high scores and big finishes. He has a great mentality.
Oh, another one. Back-to-back 180s, and the Chizzy fans are loving it.
100. You require
75 then to be leading at the break. Wouldn't have thought that was likely a few minutes ago.
No, we feared for him prior to that 101 out in leg 3.
Tops needed.
35. Jonny require 160.
Jonny Clayton hits an extraordinary number of 100+ finishes. But it won't be one this time. Needed treble 17 for the bull. Nevertheless, a decent setup, but Chisnall gets a chance again at that double top.
Yeah, tops after 12. Missed one dart at it in the combination from 75. Misses another.
Oh, this is a big dart. And he takes it. Look at the reaction.
15 darts, 15 darts, and 15 darts. Ended that first session with an average of 96.48, 103.24 for Jonny Clayton. Incredibly, he was more often than not around 12 points adrift in the averages against Michael Smith, but it was just the timing of his shots out kept him in that match.
Jonny, though, has this phlegmatic type of character, though. He won't allow things to put him off. You see some players who sort of, it's a bit of a switchback, isn't it, with their form through a match. Jonny is usually pretty level.
Yeah, hence he's playing to around his tournament average. That's the level he plays at. And of course, last year in winning this title, the first 4 games he was involved in all went to a sudden death leg. So it shows you he's got, you know, so much bottle and belief under pressure.
The Welsh fans, a fair few of them up here as well. They'll be hoping that it really will be a case of go Jonny go. But throughout the darting world, it would be, I think, pretty popular if Dave Chisnall at last were to get this televised victory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too good a player not to have had one.
Yeah, well, he's reached many finals, hasn't he?
96.
Very much like the Terry Jenkins of the previous era, really. Not quite made as many finals, of course, as Terry, but not far off.
Terry, was it something like 10, something like that, 10 or 11? It was. He came so close, so often.
140.
Fortunately for him, it was that man Taylor around, wasn't he?
Yeah, that
scuppered all of our chances.
On things, didn't it?
7-flag day to throw first. Game on.
Safe hold of throw for Jonny Clayton, whose average just lifted to 105.
Yeah, that was a 13 darter, John.
140.
There are those averages. We've survived Milton Keynes. It's not a battle, it's a privilege. It's lovely.
I think it may be the hours.
83.
Yeah, the libation.
We don't have quite the refuelling stops that some of the fans do we?
100.
Second match coming up, of course, after this. Just a reminder, if you're just joining us, Jose de Souza against Joe Cullen, who's accounted for Gary Anderson 42. And Michael van Gerwen to reach this point. Another man looking for his first televised title.
Yeah, there won't be
100.
Too many who, very much like Chisnall, would love to see either Dave or Joe Cullen lift their first biggie.
100.
Chisnall on throw.
A chance for
Got
Clayton.
himself onto a finish.
With a 140 maybe.
100. Leave you require 136.
Looking at treble 20. That's the wrong side of the wire.
55. Jonny, you require 141.
141.
Double
It's
12.
170.
Great effort. Great effort now.
You require 81.
Chisnall, 81. Just had his heart in his mouth slightly there. Looked as though he was going to have his throw broken.
Still got a bit to do with this. He wants double 12 now. But he has 2 in hand.
Only one needed. A little discussion with the board when he went up there.
Looking at Jonny's tournament stats, his first 9-dart average, so the main scoring phase of the legs, 113.59 for Clayton.
That is high.
Yes.
140.
Used to have a winning average in the Masters, was just over 112 to Michael van Gerwen, who won the title 5 times between 2015 and 2019. Go for it, Ferret.
He
Young
will.
and old supporting the Welshman.
It's impossible not to like.
40.
Spending a lot of time doing up a house which he's bought down there in West Wales.
Yep. At least he won't have to get a plaster, eh?
That's what he was by trade.
60.
Always strong guys, plasterers. I know to my cost, it's not a good idea arm wrestling them.
45.
140 would make things look a bit healthier here for Dave, but it's not happening.
6 starts for Clayton from 135. Doesn't need to go the ball route, but looks like he is. That leaves 85.
83.
204, Chisnall can do no more than just put some pressure on. So that purple patch just gone a little bit cooler. Double 16 for 4 all.
Jonny Clayton.
50% on his doubling for the tournament. Which exactly what that was there. One out of 2.
Very solid on his doubles. That was the factor in the Grand Prix over in Ireland, wasn't it? I mean, he was getting his doubles to start.
Yeah, it was over 50% combined, double in and double out.
Incredible, and he beat Gezi 5-1 in that final. Away with the double and really getting a flyer and instantly putting his opponents under pressure in that particular tournament where he was outstanding.
140.
I wonder if it's going to return to Dublin this year.
86.
The Grand Prix, traditionally played at the City West.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, I'm sure that would be. They would hope that would be the plan, unless unless something resurfaces.
83.
Leicester's not quite the same, is it?
No. Well, it's just traditionally been held in Ireland for so many years. Used to be down there in Wexford.
59. David require 100.
100 then for 5-4. Treble 15 he's looking for and gets it for tops.
60. Jonny require 120.
El Shanghai.
Yep. Oh dear. Can do nothing but try and set up the shot. That leaves tops just in case, but Chisnall not look like missing.
No, he's been very secure on his doubles so far. 4 out of 10, 40%. He'd be optimistic and shows it. And goes ahead once again. Hold of throw for Chizzy.
Still just the 2 breaks of throw in the match so far.
140.
Leg 1 and the break back in leg 4 for Chisnall.
Dave Chisnall led 3-2 at the first interval. Jonny Clayton holds his throw here. And it'll be 3-2 in his favour, and they go level at the break.
140.
Outscoring Chisnall by around about 8. Averaging 101 to Chizzy's 93.
134.
But it's those legs. That's the all-important stat.
55.
And the pressure could be on now. That's not a finish.
A miscount for Clayton there, not leaving a finish.
Could have done without
snatchy.
that. The shoulder came in there, didn't it? Now, this would hurt if Dave Chisnall could find a way of finding 146 for a checkout. This would be big. No.
And his finishing against Mike, he had a 105 out, a 124, a 91,
86.
a 153, a 125.
Double 16.
He's on
And that is why he is a tough man to be such a good finisher.
Dave to throw first.
He's found a way to play around that. That was first start there. It was a really early release. You tend to exaggerate then, to almost trying to do something with the dart once it's come out of your hand.
Nothing between these lads so far. Jonny Clayton slightly the higher average, 98.5 against Chizzy's close on 94. 50% on his doubles. Dave Chisnall 45%. So statistically very level. She can't choose, can you, Chris?
Well, I was siding.
I think it was she.
I was just edging towards Clayton, just because he's a proven winner now, of course, and in fabulous form. But Chisnall's just got an attitude of that he just won't be denied.
And there is his 22nd 180 of this tournament this weekend.
Twice as many as Jonny Clayton.
140.
No finish on 176, of course. Another of those would be handy. In you go.
140.
Has played one more game, of course, than Jonny Clayton.
And there's his 12th. Both on 36. Dave Chisnall, first dip at the double.
36.
Both have thrown 12 darts.
Beautifully done. 6 out of 12.
Jonny to throw first.
Sneaking it in. He knows it was close, but in it went. Match being played in a lovely spirit.
Yeah. These two get on very well. Well, everybody gets on with these two.
Down there somewhere, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the back. So, reset, regroup, stifle the smirk, and get a single 19.
$140.
Last time we'll see unicorn boards for a while on in PDC events. New board sponsor due to be announced shortly.
Yeah, tomorrow, I do believe. A new era for the PDC.
$164.
So Clayton on a finish. I doubt he'll be going for it. He certainly won't be now. Just setting it up.
60.
Had an option there, really, to just adjust over to the treble 18. Down to a finish of 104.
He honestly thought that was going to be a maximum.
Bit of pressure on this now. Well, there's the 4. It's got to come off sometime. 100 left, Jonny.
So 117.
44.
The ask for Dave Chisnall for a break of throw. This had hurt Clayton. And he's well capable of getting it.
Only the 1 ton-plus finish thus far in this one. That 101 from Chizzy in leg 3.
Tops here needed. 117. Said it was well within his compass, and he proves it straight up. And Dave Chisnall with a precious break of throw.
13th leg, Dave to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that route on 117, because you get the 19. You can only really go treble 20 for double 19, and nobody really likes double 19.
83.
What did you say about second guessing the mind of a darts player?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a straightforward case of not counting terribly well. It does happen.
Yeah. We all have our own. We have our own routes. Some of them may make sense. Some not so.
140.
Absolutely packed, this Marshall's Arena here in Milton Keynes. Loving their darts.
85.
And it's great to see a big, boisterous, enthusiastic crowd in here.
And they're having a fabulous time. They're still singing and dancing an hour after the darts is finished.
100.
Makes the walk back to a hotel an interesting experience.
especially with all the costumes.
81.
My goodness, never know what you're going to meet.
Dave Chisnall in a good position to lengthen his lead here to 3 legs.
58. $95.
Treble.
120.
So Shanghai, treble, single, double. And a 5, of course, can completely ruin the calculations.
48. Jonny required 143.
123 remaining.
Clayton still maintaining a superior average to that of Chisnall, but
102.
it just seems to have dropped off a bit.
72.
20 would leave tops. Now then, he knows the significance of this one. Clayton poised behind him.
I think he thought it was going into the 1. At least he's got a clear line of sight.
Great dart. Great dart, reset, composed himself and nailed it.
3 legs on the spin now. Huge moment. Put a big gap. Putting a big gap in between the two now for the first time. A 3-leg cushion.
134.
Chisnall kicking for home early.
100.
Loading up once more. Yet again, his 4th of the match. 23rd in total. Really important for Dave Chisnall this weekend in terms of future tournaments and, of course, getting potentially rid of that huge negative which hangs over him of having never won a major with the cameras there.
Yeah. Dave wins this one, he's guaranteed his place in the Grand Slam later in the year, which is a huge tournament.
You can't do the 142.
Should go ball here.
Yeah, absolutely.
110.
Chris.
Jonny requires 76.
He's got to get this.
Tops.
56.
Well, this is for 9-5, and Chisnall feel as though
32.
well, he's not absolutely there, but this is for another break, and 9-5, he'd be within 2. Double 16. Yes, good dart.
He has the throw in the next one, so could soon be within 1.
/15th leg, Dave.
Just realised that it was a breaker throw.
Game on.
Can't afford to let take his foot off the accelerator at this point. Jonny Clayton is a terrific battler. He might have been going through a little bit of a lull, but he ain't beaten yet.
44.
He's taken around about 5 points off his averages. The last 4 or 5 legs, his average has been around about 93. His overall average is 98. It was 103.
140.
It's really warming to Dave Chisnall.
95.
Popular player for so long. I remember a couple of years ago at the Worlds, he looked as though he was going to go all the way then, didn't he? He didn't in the end, but my goodness, he had a good tournament.
Smashed absolute Michael van Gerwen, didn't he? Smashed
93.
him.
Some of the best darts that we've seen Dave Chisnall produce, that was.
Yeah.
100.
Second semi-final to follow this will be Jose de Souza against Joe Cullen.
Should be.
100.
It should be at least a 140 there. There looked acres of room. But down to 90 for 10-5.
59.
And he can't find the trouble.
90.
Jonny Clayton really has gone off the boil for now. And as he does so, Chisnall is starting to bear down and home in. Oh, he's got it for double 12.
66.
Fancied him for that. But he'll be back.
Fortunately, yeah, Clayton back on 203. So he now has
97.
3 clear darts in hand to go within 1.
9 out of 16 on his doubles, 56%. And that statistic gets a little bit more solid. 10 out of 17 now. Clayton now with the darts, but from this point, surely no way back.
Well, it may be not.
100.
Not sure it's going against the form, but when we discuss those head-to-heads and those monstrous averages Chisnall has achieved against Jonny Clayton, but it's certainly going against
140.
the odds compilers, isn't it?
Definitely. Dave Chisnall has played with certainty,
100.
as he has throughout the weekend. He's got a belief, and the key, Chris, you know, I mean, you don't need to be Einstein to realise that his doubling is way better than he often produces under pressure.
That's usually his Achilles heel. I mean, for the tournament, he's up at 43%, which is very tidy. This match, it's at 59%, 10 from 17, and he's just not giving Clayton a second chance.
He's can put Clayton under pressure on this throw. 140 if he gets it. Squeezes another one in here, and he has.
140.
Great chance now, Chisnall. He'll fancy that 90.
For the match, ball tops.
Maybe require 90.
He may go treble 20. He sometimes chooses to go that way.
Well, he played safe, and he's got a 5.
Treble 15.
Yeah, for tops, or treble 19, double 14.
I think he'll go 15.
I agree.
Well, he's only got the single, and so Jonny can potentially extricate himself from this bit of difficulty. Tops, one dart.
60.
And he knows, I think, that the game is just about up. Double eights, the shouts of, come on, Chizzy. This for an 11-5 win and a place in the final. Double four. This time? No.
Jonny required 20.
Oh, he's been so good on the outer ring. Ironically, when it's for the match, he can't find it, and in steps Clayton with a hold of throw.
Well, we said, didn't we, how good his doubles have been, and there clearly lets him down.
Chance to put that right here and now.
140.
The throwing advantage, a lead of 4, one leg needed.
140.
Jonny Clayton responds in type. Great darts. His 5th of the match against Jonny Clayton's 3.
100.
He's outmuscled him in the 140 column as well, 14-12 in favour of Chisnall.
And he'll be on a finish next time he comes.
140.
And that 140 ideal. Clayton a long way back.
Showing a bit of mental strength is Chisnall.
Well, this was the point where it went pear-shaped in the last leg. 41 now. Tops. Steadies himself. The crowd realise the importance. That should be a good marker. And is! Dave Chisnall takes his place in the final, gets the double.